Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video, kind of a two-part series, we're going to look at some headphones from the company Padmate. Now Padmate is a company that was brand new to me. They reached out to see if I'd be interested in testing some of their products. I took a look and realized this was about pretty much perfect for something that I really needed and would be a great addition to my everyday carry system. There's no doubt that wireless Bluetooth headsets is really the wave of the now. It's not even the wave of the future anymore. These things have come a long way, and Padmate doing a fantastic job. I can tell you I've used both of these models at length, and they have been absolutely great. So here in my hands, the PAMU Z1. These are a earbud style, so very small, lightweight, compact. And then here, this is the Padmate S30, which is a bone induction set of headphones. So really at this point, a little bit different from anything I've been used to, but definitely solid nonetheless. So in part one, we're going to look at the PAMU Z1 in detail, and then in part two, the Padmate S30. But with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Padmate who did provide this for review. So here in my hands, the PAMU Z1. Again, these are more of the earbud style headset. Very cool and very nice quality. Good quality audio output. These are absolutely awesome. I have worn these continuously since I've had them, and it's been over a month now. These are fantastic. Literally every day there is a use for these, whether you're listening to music, whether you have a conference call, or you just want to be hands-free while you're on the telephone. These are absolutely fantastic. Now, there are a number of different models. There is a Pro, and there's some other earbud models that you can get from Padmate as well. But these, again, are the PAMU Z1, not the Pro model. And there are some subtle differences, not a whole heck of a lot, but these definitely very, very nice. So let's get the camera turned around, and I'll show you these in detail. And so here you can see the box that everything comes in. This is a nice little kit here. It comes with everything you need to really fit these directly to the size of your ear canals. So you'll see here just a bunch of details in here. That's pretty much the rest of the packaging. But the PAMU Z1, very, very nice. I mean, I can't say enough how much I like these and how impressed I am at the overall audio quality for the output. The output quality is just fantastic. Really, really great. So here you can see everything that this comes with. It does come with a charging cable. So this charging cable is a USB Type-C connector that literally plugs directly into this case. I mean, this is pretty familiar probably to most people who may be familiar with more like Apple AirPods or something like that. Very similar. So this case here is a rechargeable case. This case has its own battery, and inside it allows these to charge. So these literally magnetically charge. As you drop them in here, you can see the light turns on. These are now charging, and when you remove them, it pretty much gets them into pairing mode. So inside here, you can see this case is perfectly form fit for the shape of the earbuds. They really only go in one way, but that allows these to charge a number of times between uses. So literally, if you take these out of your ears and you just drop them in the case, well, that's the part that I really have come to enjoy about this. These are now charging. That is sweet. But once every couple of days, I will plug this in. I'll get this thing fully charged. You can see here that the light on this is sort of breathing. That's in the charging mode. And then when these are fully charged and the case is fully charged, that will go solid. Now, one thing I can tell you is this is very, very bright. So if you have this on your nightstand next to your bed, it might bother you just a little bit. That light is extremely bright. And even if you have these charging without it plugged in, the light will eventually turn off, but right away when you drop it in there, the light does illuminate. And then again, that is just very, very bright. And you can see how bright that is when I turn it to the side. So a little less when you look at it head on, but then you'll notice that it was very bright as I turned it to the side. This is kind of just a weird little detail, and I don't necessarily see the need for this, but let's just say multiple people in your family had these. We can actually take this little plate in the front here, and as I get my nail underneath and pop that off, you can actually replace this plate with your own custom color. So whether or not you get white, blue, red, yellow, green, bunch of different colors, purple, pink, you name it, you can kind of change out that plate. Now it just takes a little bit to kind of click this back and into place, but there you can see it goes back on. So if you wanted to personalize this a little bit, you do have the ability to do that. That's an add-on accessory that I don't have, but that just shows you something that you're capable of doing if you so choose. Now another thing is the color. Again, you'll notice these are in this sort of black and yellow. Very nice. On the side here, you can see the PAMU logo. So there you have it. And this is actually a button. It's really, I mean, it's not a physical button, but as you tap this and touch it, it does a number of different things. It's programmable. You can choose what you're programming, and it really gives you some flexibility and versatility while you're wearing these. On top of that, you get a number of earbud ends, so extra small, small, medium, and large, depending on the size of your ear canal. And I believe these come standard with the mediums already installed. So pretty sure these are the mediums, and for me, these are just about perfect. Could I swap them out? I honestly haven't even tried. These are good enough and they fit me wonderfully. They're very comfortable and I absolutely love them. Now these also come with a nice little case. This case here, pretty cool. Just a little sort of, it's probably fake leather, but just a nice little touch. Now I don't necessarily keep this in there, but I could, and I pretty much just literally take these and put them in the pocket of my everyday carry bag. Now I did have the opportunity to use these at length on a previous trip. I had a ton of travel to do, and really on the plane, in the airport, a number of different opportunities to really leverage these at length. And what I can tell you is they definitely had an ample battery life for the entire trip. So between the actual battery life of the earbuds themselves, but then also the ability to drop these in the case in a little bit of downtime, just refresh them, top them off, and get a little bit more juice out of the case, it worked extremely well. Now these are very comfortable for a long duration of time. I use these for hours on end and no problem at all. Very, very comfortable, and I greatly enjoy them. Now, I've also had the ability to use these for a lot of conference calls. I have added these to pretty much my regular work business at this point, and I do use these for conference calls. The first thing my boss said to me was, "I hear you loud and clear, but you're hot." That is one thing worth considering. These seem to be, and I believe I would say, compressed. And so I have done a little bit of a test here to show you the difference between the microphones in my computer and then what you get out of these headphones. This is what a recording sounds like speaking directly into the computer microphone. This is what it would sound like if I had some sort of a meeting or a conference call, or if I was using the microphone on the computer for some sort of an audio recording. This is how it sounds. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a recording using the PAMU Z1 headphones. You can see here, this is what it would sound like if you had a conference or if you were using these to do some sort of an input into the computer. Now at this point, they are leveraging Bluetooth. You can see here a nice tall wavelength. This is what it would sound like. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see there, a good quality test, putting these up against the microphone in my computer. Now these are definitely clear, but as you can see, they sound a little bit compressed. There's not a lot of low end in the microphone, so it ends up a little high pitched. And as my boss had told me, you're coming through hot. So definitely an interesting test and something for you to kind of consider. Now that's not a deal breaker. I'd rather these be nice and clear and the ability for people to really hear you, but it is just something worth noting that while you're coming through on the other end, people might be turning down their volume just a little bit. but the audio quality coming out of the speakers is something I really can't demonstrate to you. But what I can tell you is, well, my son has Apple AirPods and he put these in and was like, dude, I am jealous. These are very superior in audio quality to many other options. These are about the nicest sounding headphones that I own, and I have some pretty good stuff. So, I mean, for in-the-ear earbuds with pretty small overall size speakers and drivers and magnets and stuff, I mean, these are a real nice sound. Good low end, good punch, nice and crisp. It is a little bit delayed in some of the things that you're watching. So, I'll be watching like a YouTube video and the voice will move and then the audio comes through. So the Bluetooth is a little bit delayed by, I don't know, a couple milliseconds. So it can be a little bit funny depending on your tolerance, but it is something that you kind of get used to and you definitely can adjust. So if you're wondering how loud these are, you can hear, without them in my ears, definitely noticeable, but if I get these into my ears, well, let's take a quick listen. It's going to be a little loud for me. Fantastic sound quality. And the nice thing, these are sound canceling. So if there was somebody around me making noise, I'm just in on my music. So nice. A little more privacy than you get with over-the-ear style headphones. And again, if you need to pause the music, there you go. So they're a little touchy. You kind of need to find that perfect spot, but you can do it. It's kind of like right on the top here. This is sort of like little port, and it works. Double press. It actually went to the next track. Not bad. Definitely cool, nice and convenient, and a small little package. And something else worth mentioning, the PAMU Z1 does allow you to actually access an app to change some of the settings. So as we get in here with these in the fully paired and connected mode, you can see I do have the ability actually to separate these two earbuds into two separate output devices. Technically, I do have the ability to split these up. So if I wanted to use one, and I don't know, it's kind of gross, but hand one to somebody else, you could certainly do that. Or you could just use one of them at a time, which is kind of cool. So you can do that directly from the app. It also gives you the ability to sort of change between your passive modes. And if you wanted to really sort of cancel the sound or allow the sound to really make it through the earbuds. So they have like a passive mode, and then they also have the noise canceling mode. You have sound effects and the ability to sort of tweak some EQs. And then you also have some, different voice tones and things that give you warnings, which is definitely neat. You can upgrade the firmware if that ever happens. And let's see what happens right now. Update. It is the latest version, so I am up to date right now. So definitely neat that it gives you a little bit of additional functionality if you do choose to load the software. And so all in all, I'm extremely happy with the PAMU Z1. These are fantastic. I can highly recommend them. I'm curious about the Pro. In specifications, they don't seem terribly different for the most part, but maybe there is a significant consideration why you'd go with one versus the other. All I can tell you is I love these. I literally love these. I do not want to go a day without them. They've enhanced what I do. They've enhanced my experience. So to the people at Padmate, I greatly appreciate these, and I think this company is definitely worth paying attention to. So if you're in the market for earbuds or something to enhance your everyday carry, this would be the way to go. And so now to turn the corner into part 2, let's take a look at the Padmate S30.